Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from my private serpentarium. Welcome. Today I'm doing a special video for a couple of special guys. Number one, this video is my top 3 black snakes, and this video is being dedicated to Joel from State48 Exotics. He actually did an all-call for snake aficionados to do their favorite top 3 videos, and he said if you do, send it to me and I'll comment on it. If I see it, I'll comment on it. And so I was really bummed because he hadn't even commented on my video. And so I replied back to him. I was like, oh man, you didn't even see my video. And he laughed and he said, I actually did comment on it and you even replied to me. And then I apparently totally forgot about that. And so that was a really funny misunderstanding because I actually kind of got my feelings hurt that he hadn't replied to me, when in fact not only had he replied, I had replied back. And so that's just a funny little story. Secondly, you might notice, if you can see through all the mess, that I am wearing one of my Midwest Tong shirts today. And that is because I have another Midwest Tongs package en route from Dana Savarelli, and so be ready for that unboxing that's coming up soon. I'm very excited about that. As you guys know, Midwest Tongs is the company that puts out the Venom Lock, which I will be eternally grateful to because my crew is currently safe and recovered. Yes, look at that big hand. That's fully functioning thanks to the Venom Lock after that Crotalus Atrox bite, and we'll link that video below as well. I'm doing another favorite video dedicated to Joel. This is my top 3 favorite black snakes across the species that I currently own in my collection. And so in the spirit of favorite black snakes, this is a black pastel, which I recently paired with my piebald a couple of times. And so of course she is a ball python, and it looks as if she is producing some nice big eggs. So I'm very excited about that. This is the animal that previously belonged to Todd Tyndall that was actually featured in my black pastel versus pastel video. After a little bit of babbling, let's get on to see my favorite black snakes. Number 3 is this speckled king snake, and you can see this beautiful specimen is yellow and black, but primarily black on the back and yellow on the belly. This is a very beautiful animal. I have a few king snakes. They are snake eaters, which is an interesting factoid about king snakes. I do not feed mine snakes, I do feed them rodents. However, in the wild they are called the king snake because they will in fact cannibalize or eat other species of snakes, which is pretty wild. This animal came from a good friend of mine, Chris Curtis, out of Oklahoma City. And this is a particularly beautiful specimen that I'm hoping to pair up at some point. That's not one of the projects that I'm focusing on, but something that I think would be a lot of fun. So number 3 on my list of top favorite black snakes would be this beautiful speckled king. Number 2 on my list is another beautiful king snake. And this animal is the Mexican black king snake. I do have a fantastic pair of these, although I do believe they are siblings. This incredible animal, which is 100% completely jet glossy black, which that is a superb sample. This animal came from Don Shores of Shores Enough Snakes, who I always recommend. And I just do want to say that I overheard one of my friends, Sean Bradley, talking smack about Don the other night, who's also my friend. So I immediately called Sean out and started messaging him, and he actually was teasing Don about his old school display cases, but we were laughing about that because we both really love and appreciate Don and the animals that he and his beautiful wife reproduce. They have a very high quality of animals, and you get what you pay for because his animals are superb. And so here's a little shout out to Dawn, as well as to Sean, who's going to be making an appearance on my show pretty soon. So I'm very excited about that. Sean, not Dawn. But Dawn, you're welcome anytime. This animal is incredibly beautiful. The Mexican Black King is often mostly black, although this animal does not have one scale on it that is not perfectly glossy black. And so if you would like to see more about this snake, I can actually do some videos where it's down on a table and you can get some better looks at it. I'm very excited about growing this animal up, and I actually would like a trio or 2 pairs because I do believe that the 2 that I have are actually siblings. If you have another Mexican Black King that you would like to breed with one of my animals when it grows up, make sure to hit me up. I'm trying to grow these babies up right now. And this is just one that I particularly love. Number 1, because it's super beautiful, and number 2, because it came from Dawn. So I hope you liked seeing number 2, the Mexican Black King snake. Number 1 on my list is the beautiful black pine snake. Now, these animals come in some variations with some banding and things like that. You can see she is almost completely black, or I hope you can see that. You can see on the belly that most specimens of this would have some banding coming around the back, although she is, at least on her dorsal side, completely jet black. They aren't as glossy as the Mexican Black Kings, but very beautiful. They have some nice scales. I think that they have an interesting face. I like pine snakes. They're pretty adventurous. And this one came from one of my favorite herp vets, although he prefers to remain nameless. These snakes have become protected, and just for the record, this animal was captive, bred, and born. And so this is my lovely female. I do have a pair. The male has some mild striping on him, and so for the sake of beautiful black snakes, I did decide to show her, and she is very lovely. I liked these snakes so much when I got them, I decided to make them dancing snakes. And it was very interesting rehearsals because they're usually quite active and they do have a rough scale. And so I actually had some black pine snakes caught in my hair and acting like total wackadoos for several rehearsals before I gave up my dream of belly dancing with black pine snakes and went back to ball pythons, Burmese pythons, and reticulated pythons. Pythons tend to make better dancing snakes overall. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing this wiggly, beautiful black pine snake. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing that amazing black snake video. As I said, Joel from State48, this video was for you. I want to give a special shout out to one of my very young viewers, and her name is Payson. She's a very sweet little girl, and her dad wrote to me and told me that they watch my videos kind of as a bedtime story type deal, and that Payson doesn't go to sleep until she sees one of my videos. So I hope you have a good night, Payson, and sweet dreams. I hope you guys loved this video. Go ahead and comment below what your favorite black snake is, and I'll see you soon.